In an interview with Variety magazine, Meghan Markle confirmed she and Prince Harry have been filming for a documentary series, a project that has long been suspected but never verified. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were spotted with a film crew back in September 2021 during a trip to New York City, something that spread speculation that the couple were producing an at-home style documentary with Netflix. Variety profiler Matt Donnelly asked the Duchess, "What can we expect from Liz Garbus docuseries on you and your husband?" Meghan responded, "It's nice to be able to trust someone with our story, a seasoned director whose work I've long admired, even if it means it may not be the way we would have told it. But that's not why we're telling it. We're trusting our story to someone else, and that means it will go through their lens. It's interesting. My husband has never worked in this industry before. For me, having worked on Suits, it's so amazing to be around so much creative energy and to see how people work together and share their own points of view. That's been really fun." Now, royal commentators Rachel Birchfield and Jessica Robinson have claimed that the Duchess demonstrated her media savviness in her latest interview, noting her mention of the upcoming Netflix series and her previous interview, which generated negative attention. Ms. Birchfield said, "Honestly, Meghan's pretty media savvy because she actually used this interview to talk about the cut interview and to kind of tee up this Netflix docuseries that she and Harry are doing." Read more. Harry is giving into Hollywood vibe as Prince follows in Meghan's footsteps. Meghan demonstrated her media savviness in her latest interview. Image, Getty Images. Meghan and Harry are working on a Netflix documentary series. Image, Getty Images. Royal poll. Should the king remove non-working royals as counselors of state? Prince Harry, Prince Andrew and Princess Beatrice are all counselors of state despite no longer being working members of the royal family. King Charles III is facing increasing calls to modify the law regarding who can stand in for him as the sovereign due to illness or absence abroad. But should he remove non-working royals as counselors of state? Vote in our poll here. She added, she confirmed that there will be a docuseries for Netflix about her and Harry's life, but she's kind of priming the pump here, which is a classic media training trick. She says that it isn't necessarily the way she and Harry would have told it. She's smart. Obviously, they've seen it. Obviously, they disagree with parts of it and how it was told. So this is actually a smart media tactic to get out in front of it and say, hey, this is coming out. It's not how we would have told it. She and Ms. Robinson went on to speculate whether the Sussexes were unable to make certain edits that may shine a negative light on the royal family. However, the podcaster admitted that she doesn't know what the docuseries will include, but suggested that Meghan is getting ahead of the inevitable blowback and criticism, adding she has already primed the pump and set the stage. Meghan spoke to Variety magazine last month. Image, Ramona Rosales for Variety. Trending: the Duke and Duchess of Sussex signed their landmark, multi-year deal with Netflix in September 2020 with aims to produce content with the media arm of Archewell Productions. The original deal stated they would create an array of video content, including documentaries, docu-series, movies, scripted shows and children's programs. However, no content has yet been released on the streaming platform, with various confirmations and denials about what may or may not be ahead for the Sussexes production company. A documentary about the Invictus Games is also said to be in the works, but no release dates have been revealed. Speaking about Archewell's projects in her interview with Variety, Meghan said, "So much of how my husband and I see things is through our love story. I think that's what people around the world connected to, especially with our wedding. People love love. I'm not excluded in that sentiment. And our definition of love is really expansive: partner love, self-love, the love of community and family. We use that as the baseline of the kind of shows and documentaries we want out there." The news came after she gave vague insight into her and Harry's plans for the Netflix slate during her interview with The Cut. When questioned about the possibility of a behind-the-scenes reality series on her life with the Duke and their children, Meghan denied the claims. However, she did note the difference between a historical documentary and a reality docuseries when she said, "The piece of my life I haven't been able to share, that people haven't been able to see, is our love story." Don't Miss Meghan Markle admitted she has a food fixation. On podcast Insight, who is your favorite member of the royal family? Poll. Prince Harry obsessed with staying relevant over Prince George, revealed. Some suggested Meghan and Harry's series would delve into their lives with their two children. Image, Alexei Lubomirsky, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Questioned further about a documentary about her and Harry's love story, Meghan said, "What's so funny is I'm not trying to be cagey. I don't read any press. So I don't know what's confirmed." The Duchess went on to say she would leave it to Netflix and her own publicist to share any additional news on the subject, though she did say that Liz Garbus, the now confirmed director for the documentary, is incredible. Meghan received a degree of backlash for her interview with the New York Magazine offshoot, and according to the hosts of Podcast Royal, the Duchess was not anticipating the response, and once again, showed her media savviness by addressing it in her most recent interview. She told Variety, "The New York story was intended to support archetypes and focus on our projects. I've had some time to reflect on it. Part of me is just really trusting, really open, that's how I move in the world. I have to remember that I don't ever want to become so jaded that that piece of me goes away. So despite any of those things, onward, I can survive it." Meghan spoke exclusively to The Cut about life after leaving the firm. Image, Campbell Addy for The Cut. Discussing her comments, Ms. Birchfield said, "The interviewer point blank said that some saw her interview in The Cut as snarky. That is very bold of that interviewer to go there like that, but I think it actually gave Meghan an opportunity to address it in this space." Ms. Robinson added, "I definitely think that this interview was used to smooth out some of the backlash from the interview with The Cut. I don't think Meghan was anticipating the response to the interview that she got, and I think she became aware of that. I think that this was an effort to paint her in a little bit different light. Overall, this was a much softer interview." Ms. Birchfield agreed, saying, "Yeah, overall I found Meghan much more likable in the Variety interview, and that was probably on purpose after the world's reaction to The Cut interview.